Good morning. So when I do these videos here, I'm not looking for I feel sorry or you're gonna make it or any of those things. My thought yesterday about the cancer and the healing was not about that directly. It was about, messing with, um, the way of life. In other words, like, about medical, when you have medical procedures, drugs, any of that done, what price are you paying? That's what it was about. It wasn't really about me particularly. I can only speak to what I know though. So that's why I use myself when I'm talking about something. I can't I don't have medical facts. I don't This is just my thought on my experience and what I went through and how, those things affect you. So I just want it clear that, I'm not doing a pity party. Believe you me, I'm done with pity parties. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm okay. Yeah. But the thing is that a lot of people are okay and a lot of people have not gone through anything, but we have bad days or we have hard times or whatever. And when we're on social media, all we see is the good shit, right? Or the really bad stuff, or someone making something up. And it gets frustrating. And I'm here just to be real and not go, I'm all of that. I'm not any of that. I'm me. I'm who I am. And sometimes I have good days and sometimes I have bad days and sometimes I have awesome days and sometimes I have days that totally suck. But I think it's important that my whole and I started this back with Veronica's dreams, back when I was, posting sexy. I think I see so much crap on social media that's crap, like that's literally crap. People, only talk about one side of something or, you know, I think we have to remember that all we can really identify with is the side that we've seen and know and feel and can touch because I honestly don't believe we can trust media anymore because they're going to show you their side. They're going to show you what's going to get the most likes, the most hits, the most views. Like, I have this, it got 8 million views and blah, blah, blah. Well, fine, great, but is it true? And I think that's important that we speak the truth and it's not really happening anymore. And it's really hard to find the truth. So basically, I'm just being me, the bad days, the good days, the hard days, the easy days. There's some days I'll come on here and be chipper as shit and, be happy and happy, happy. And there'll be some days I'm like, I'm not so happy today. This is what's going on and I don't like it. And is it wrong? No. Is it right? No. It's what I see, feel, understand. And I think that it's important to have that information. And I've always felt like it was important for me to be when I was on social media regularly on my Veronica's Dream page that I be true to me, not to anyone else, not to society, not to a man, not to anybody but me. And that that part of my life was a discovery. Like, for one, it helped me like stand up for myself when it came to men. It actually really did a good job of that because there's a lot of weirdos. There's a lot of weirdos on social media that, I came across quite a few that were just bizarre. And it's fine, right? That's what they are. I learned a lot about people in general, the mix, the things, and it was all good. But I just want it known. I am not like looking for you got this. Yeah, if I'm having a rough day, you got this, go through it, whatever. But my illness is not done. So all of you say that, okay, it's done. It's not. It's really not. Until I hit that 5-year mark, and even after that, I can still get sick again. I can still come back. So there's always going to be that little piece in my mind that says, anything can happen. And when you go through something like that, and you were extremely healthy to begin with, your mind plays tricks on you a lot because you're like, you don't know when shit can happen. And when you've been dealt a hand out of the blue, surprise, here you go, healthy person, you just got really sick. You're going to start looking at life a little differently, and you're going to start, I've never, ever before that, ever thought that I would get sick, ever, because I was so healthy and I came from a very healthy family, and I didn't put like the big C in the mix there. I didn't put, even heart disease, anything. Like, we just didn't have it. And so when you're dealt a hand like that, you do look at life differently, and you can fear what's around the corner because it happened, and you're proof solid it happened. And I feel that way. Like, I'm proof solid that anything can happen to anybody at any given time, and you don't expect it, and you're dealt a wrong hand. And for me, it's all how you deal with it, right? So yeah, I'm getting heated because I feel like, I think someone said, you're over this. No, I'm not over this. I will never be over this, ever. I never will. There's always going to be that thought in the back of my head. You could just turn around and get sick anytime. I don't even like going to the doctor, literally, because I don't need any surprises. And to be quite honest with you, if anything like that happens again, I'm going to say, done. I'm done. I'm not doing it again. So there's that really huge fear of even, anything happening like that. So no, and I will never get over it. And it'll always be that little thing in the back of my head going, is it that? Because you have to realize I didn't even feel bad. The only reason I even went to the doctor is I had pains in my legs that wouldn't go away. And I was working out pretty hard, but when I stopped working out, my legs were still extremely sore. So I didn't even feel bad. I didn't have a cough. I didn't have a fever. I didn't have stomach aches. I didn't have anything. I felt fine. I just had to sit down a lot because my legs hurt. I mean, that was it. So yeah, no, I'll never get over it. And I'm sorry if, you think I'm that strong woman that's all tough and all of that. Well, not so much. We're all tough in our own way, but it gets hard. Like, the one thing on social media is, people will say, you're strong, you can do this. You know what? Sometimes we just got to get over ourselves. We're not always strong all the time. And, we're not like, I'm a pretty tough cookie. Yeah, but I'm not. I'm extremely sensitive. I get my feelings hurt like that. No, I get my feelings hurt, but the thing with me is I don't worry about it. Like, it hurts my feelings, but I can move past it because I talk about it and I scream and yell about it, and then I'm done with it and I move on. And so yeah, people, a lot of my followers, you're tough, you're strong, you're all of these things. Well, you know what? Not so much. I'm really not. And I don't know why people see that. I mean, I really don't. I don't think I am. Like, honestly, if I look at my life and the things I go through, yeah, I make it through them. But think about it. You're given a choice here. Like, when you don't have a choice, you're just like handed this thing. You either deal with it or you don't. And you deal with it because you have to, no matter how strong you are, you have to. You don't have a choice. Like, okay, this is handed to you, whatever it is, whether it's an illness or, a loss of a job or a bad husband or whatever it is, or your kids getting into trouble. You just learn how to deal. Like, you got to wake up the next day. Everybody does. I mean, yes, some people don't. Some people choose suicide. Absolutely. Sometimes I don't think that makes somebody weak, though, either. To be quite honest with you, I think it takes a lot of freaking guts to commit suicide. I do. I think that says, you know what? I'm done. I don't need this anymore. I'm leaving. Now, I will say, like, teenagers and things like that, they have no idea, that they will, these things do pass, and everything passes. And I think that's what we learn as we get older and older. But there's sometimes where you just, I don't know, I don't necessarily think that's weak or a way out. Um, yeah, people are hurting and can't get past it. It's usually because, for whatever reason, but I don't judge. Like, if they thought that was the only way out, then that's what they thought at the time. And it's too bad there was no one there to, feel like they could help. But I will be honest with you, like when you're in that mode of suicide, that my only fear with suicide was having my daughter find my body. So that's the only reason why I ended up not committing suicide in the first place, because I could not do that to her. It wasn't that I couldn't leave. I could leave and be okay with that. But I could not stand the thought of her finding my body, because I know what that would do to her. And because I'm a mom, I chose to protect my daughter. So, and thank God, because I don't want to be dead. But so there you have it. Like, that's the only reason I didn't, because she would be the one, no matter what I did. I mean, even that was my only thought, and that's what kept me from it. But it wasn't. Don't get me wrong, I love my daughter, but it wasn't the relationship. It was the idea of her finding me. Like, that would just suck. So, yeah, anyway, long-winded again. I didn't mean to go on. Basically, what I'm saying is, I won't get over it, and it'll be a part of my life forever. And talking about it here helps me deal. And that's why I brought this channel back, is to talk about shit that I can, so that I can get past it, or so that I can articulate it. Because when you articulate something, it's easier to process. And when you don't have people around you all the time to talk about things like that, it helps. And that's the only reason I'm doing these. I mean, literally just to articulate what's going on and how I feel and what I'm doing. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's just helping to heal, helping to move forward. So that's why I'm here. So sorry about that. I'm doing way too long videos, but they'll get shorter and shorter. Maybe. Talk to you later.